Hi all, welcome back to the channel. And I bet you wonder why my starting point is pointing at the cop. It's because this video is going to be about the cop today, believe it or not. As the title suggests, it's going to be why Liverpool needs to expand the cop and how they can do it. Okay, now this is all me, this is what I believe can be done, and it's not actual fact. Okay, so don't take this as this is what's going to happen, this is what I've heard. I haven't heard anything, but it keeps coming up in the comments about expanding the cop and the Kenny Dalglish stand. So I'm going to do the cop today, I'll do the Kenny Dalglish stand another day, and then I'm going to leave it at that then, because I have nothing more to add after these two videos. Okay, so I'm going to start with the cop and why I think it needs to be expanded. So I'm just going to get right out away from the ground and point back in for one of my first points of why this stand needs to be expanded. Right. Bring it back. Now look at it there. That cop is well lower than the main stands, and granted it's only a tad lower than the Kenny Dalglish stand, but still, you know, why should one of the most famous stands in the world be the smallest in its own grounds? So realistically, that's one reason why it's got to be expanded. Now another reason how it can be expanded is, as I keep saying, right, I'm going to get a top down view of this. Right, I'm going to get the cop in, and I'm going to get the main stand and the Kenny Dalglish stand in. Okay, so let's leave it there. Now look how wide the cop is. It's a very wide stand. I'd say it's almost twice the width of the Kenny Dalglish stand. It's not far off the width of the main stand. So that being said, that could be brought up to the height of at least the Kenny Dalglish stand. Now I've been in the cop and it's not a very steep stand. Now you've got Tottenham stands, that's a very steep stand. You've got Everton's new grounds, that's going to have the steepest in the country. The cop's not a very steep stand, so you built it higher, you can make them seats steeper, you'd fit more in, and on that original footprint right there you would get a higher, steeper stand. And it's not far off being it's not miles away from the pitch, but there's some leeway there from the pitch. It could get closer, so they could put the seats close to the pitch easily. So that's just another reason how they can. Okay, now okay, so let's turn it around. So as I've said before, bottom left, the pub and the church. Okay, now people keep saying let's build a tunnel, let's build a bridge over the road, let's relocate the pub and the church and build the stands over the roads. It's not going to happen. It just won't happen. Let's have a look around. You know, it isn't just the pub and the church, there's other things there, there's shops, you know, there's, and look how the road runs compared to the stand. It's not square. No, that's not going to happen. Other people saying reroute the roads. You can't reroute the roads. Again, there's things in the way. There's housing estates, there's a care home, church, pub. You just can't, you know, build around these things. So you've got to work with what you've got. And to me, that original footprint is big enough to bring that stand higher. and I think it can go higher than the Canada East stands. I think it could even go as high as what they're building the Anfield Road on that original footprint. There's not much in the width, okay? So yeah, that's my thoughts on that, and I may address it sometime, but I'm not going to keep bringing it up in every video and make about the Anfield Road stands expansion, okay? But as I say, one of the most famous stands in the world, it's got to be bigger, it's got to be taller, it's got to be, you know, intimidating, if you like. That's where all the noise comes from, that's where all the noise starts, okay? Right, so let's get back over, get lower, and I'm going to give a little brief history about the Kop. If you're a Liverpool fan, you probably know all this. But a lot of people said that they're interested in the history of things, so I'll just bring in what I know. And it's time consuming doing 2 stands in one video, so I'm going to save the Canada East stands for another day, because that's another one that needs addressing that people keep talking about. So there's the Kop. Now the Kop was built in 1906, okay? When it was built, a local journalist named Ernest Edwards, he was a sports editor for the Daily Post and Echo, he said it resembles the Spion Kop. Now the Spion Kop is a famous hill in South Africa. It's where a local regiment from Liverpool suffered heavy losses during the Boer War in 1900. And if you look at it, the Spion Kop in South Africa and the Spion Kop when it's built, you can see where he's coming from. But when I first read this, I thought, what? Like I stood on a Kop when I was, you know, when I was a kid, and it's a great stand. But as a kid, I used to get there early, pay me money on the gates, walk in, up the stairs, down the hill, and get myself a nice little position in the middle of the Kop. Thought, right, that's me sorted for when the game starts. And then next thing, everyone comes in, and I'm like shoved off to the side, standing against the wall somewhere, because I wasn't strong enough to hold my position on the barrier. So, and then when the goals go in, you just start moving all over the place. Yeah, so when I heard what this journalist has said, I thought, there's no way it looks like a hill, but it did, because it literally was just a hill. Then in 1928, they put the iron cantilever roof on, which, you know, makes it more look like a football stand. So that's just a little bit of brief history about the Kop. I'm probably teaching people to suck eggs here, but yeah. But apart from that, they're my reasons for the Kop needing to be expanded. Main reason being, it's too small, it looks odd. Next reason, it's very wide and it can come up higher, and them seats it's not a steep bank of seats, they can be steeper compared to other stadiums, other stands. Even the top of the main stands and the top of Wembley is steeper than the Kop, so that's what you can go by. Okay, right, I'm going to leave it there. Just want to thank everyone again for subscribing, liking my videos, and again the comments has made this video, so if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have this video to make. So keep the comments coming, but let's try and put a nail in the coffin of this one. Okay, people are going to have an opinion, and I'm happy to read them. I probably won't address them in the next video. Okay, I've got quite a lot to address in the next video. So thanks again, and I'll see you all for the next one, which should be on Sunday at Bramley Moor. But if not, if there's something that comes up, I'll be putting a video on. Okay, so thank you, and I'll see you soon.